Before the rise of sports science, conditioning in combat sports was often limited to basic drills, running, and sparring. But Bruce Lee revolutionized this mindset. He wasn't just a martial artist, he was a conditioning pioneer whose training ideas shattered traditional boundaries and laid the groundwork for modern fight preparation. The awakening, beyond the dojo. Bruce Lee recognized early on that physical strength alone wasn't enough. Traditional martial arts often focused on technique without adequately training speed, power, flexibility, or endurance. Lee's vision went far beyond that. He believed the body should be treated like a weapon, sharpened, tested, and constantly improved. This led him to adopt a training regime that combined martial arts with weightlifting, cardiovascular endurance, isometrics, and plyometrics, decades before MMA fighters made this standard. Functional strength before it was popular. While boxers and wrestlers lifted weights with caution, fearing it would make them muscle-bound, Bruce Lee embraced resistance training. But he didn't lift like a bodybuilder, he trained for explosive, functional strength. His routines included clean and presses, squats, and grip strength exercises. Fighters today train similarly, aiming for usable power in the cage or ring. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, roots. Bruce Lee practiced what we now call HIIT. He would perform fast, intense circuits of punches, kicks, jumps, and footwork drills with minimal rest. This was designed to mimic the pace and demands of real combat. Modern fighters rely on similar training blocks to build endurance without sacrificing speed. Nutrition and recovery insights. Lee also understood the role of diet and recovery. He consumed protein shakes, took supplements, and focused on lean nutrition. At a time when few fighters paid attention to what they ate, Bruce Lee was experimenting with how food affected his performance. His influence pushed future generations to treat conditioning as a 24/7 process. What you do in the kitchen and how you rest matter as much as the workout itself. Legacy in MMA and combat sports. Today, top-tier MMA gyms like TriStar, Jackson Wink, and American Top Team embrace a training model that Bruce Lee helped inspire. Fighters lift weights, swim, run sprints, shadowbox, and spar, all integrated into structured weekly schedules. Conditioning coaches, nutritionists, and recovery specialists are now essential team members. Without Bruce Lee's trailblazing mindset, this level of detail in combat conditioning might have arrived much later. Conclusion: the dragon's enduring flame. Bruce Lee changed the way the world saw martial arts. But his deeper contribution may be how he changed the way fighters train their bodies. He introduced the idea that being a martial artist means being a complete athlete. His conditioning methods weren't just about survival, they were about domination. His legacy lives on in every explosive combination, in